we've had some great times. In spite of being shot by my wife, I've had a great time. And we've had a great marriage.
You could almost say it was love at first sight. We'll tell you about two Garland police officers who met in the police academy, got married, and now, more than 30 years later, retired together. Work is well underway on Garland's downtown redevelopment project. We'll tell you about a temporary addition that'll be seen high above downtown.
This is their time to shine.
Plus, an adult special needs theatrical group celebrated their 10th anniversary production. We'll tell you all about the difference the program is making in the actors' lives. This and much more, next on Garland Spotlight. Hi y'all, I'm Trelana Pollard. Welcome to Garland Spotlight, where we turn our spotlight on the people and programs that make Garland a great place to live, work, and play. City leaders celebrated the grand opening of Garland Water Utilities' new laboratory. Located at the Rowlett Creek wastewater treatment plant, the new facility houses different labs from all across the city under one roof.
There's official opening of the new laboratory here in the city of Garland at Rowlett Creek treatment plant. This new lab makes it more efficient. We have more proper ventilation. We can do more extractions, doing organic extraction. As you see here, we have 4 bin hoods set up where we can do like 16 extractions at one time instead of 4 as in the old lab. We have the process control is in the core lab, which our staff works 7 days a week. So on the weekends, everything is centrally located.
The laboratory building basically is about a 5,200 square foot building. It's a support lab for the wastewater treatment division, which also encompasses pre-treatment in both wastewater treatment plants, Duck Creek and Rowlett Creek. They provide all the sampling for the EPA and TCEQ state mandated discharge monitoring reports and permits for the industries in Garland.
This lab is able to find all kinds of organic and inorganic rare metals, everything else that's in our water. We use it to test samples at certain industrial sites, at all the water input sites for the city of Garland. So if anything were to show up, we'd probably find out about it here. A lot of the industries do bring their samples here to let them be examined. So this is the first line of defense for all the Garland residents, keeping their water clean and drinkable, and to make sure that what goes downstream from here is also safe.
And progress is becoming visible in Phase 2 of downtown Garland's redevelopment project. The planned parking garage behind City Hall will soon begin to rise from its foundation. To make that happen, a 100-foot crane will assist in the building's construction. We can expect to see the crane above downtown Garland sometime in February. The project includes more than 150 new apartments, as well as a facelift for City Hall. For more information, go to garlandtx.gov and click on the Downtown Redevelopment button. And the iconic shopping center sign at Garland Avenue and Miller Road won't have to be taken down after all. Work is underway on site to renovate the 60-year-old sign. A Walmart neighborhood market will appear on the site, but the city worked with developers to assure the sign would be preserved. You could say that it was love at first sight for two Garland police officers. Jay and Gloria Delmar met as rookies in their police training class more than 30 years ago. They married and raised a family, all while working as Garland police officers. Now, they bring their longtime careers with the city to an end together. Nick Gibson has the story.
It's a familiar sound that fills the halls of the Garland Police Department. It's a party. A retirement party for two police officers, Jay and Gloria Delmar. That's right, Jay and Gloria are married and retiring from the force together. But this is the end of the story. The beginning started well over 30 years ago.
We started the academy July 14 of 1980. In the academy, Jay was always right ahead of me and running with me every day. Back then we were in the middle of the pack, but he was always right ahead. So it was always my goal was either catch him or even better, pass him. Well, I never did catch him and I never did pass him, but I do say that now that I chased him until he caught me.
And that's exactly what Jay did. He caught the eye of young Gloria, and the two went on to graduate from the academy. and the relationship blossomed from there.
I invite him over for a meal to thank him for being my friend. And if he asks me out after that, then that means he's interested. If not, then nobody's embarrassed. We're still just friends. Well, he asked me out. And on the first date we went on, he asked me to marry him. So he said he was afraid some of the other guys were going to ask me out. And I said, nah, I won't date nobody else. I'll just date you.
And Jay got his wish. After 2 years of chasing Gloria and secretly dating on the force, the couple finally got married. And it wasn't long after that, they started a family too.
But we at the police department here are a family. And we've had some great times. In spite of being shot by my wife, I've had a great time. And we've had a great marriage. And that's the reason why I tell folks that we've been happily married for at least 22 years.
And now, after nearly 70 years of combined service with the police force, Jay and Gloria will focus on family, but never forget their past one.
The Delmar service, along with the work of many other Garland police officers, contributed to our next story. Law Street, a legal and public policy website, has listed Garland as one of the top 10 safest cities in America. Dan Bach has the story.
To receive this recognition, of course, is a great honor, and I think it's emblematic of the fact that we do provide some exceptional resources towards safety.
A national law and public policy website ranked the city of Garland as one of the top 10 safest cities with over 200,000 residents in the United States.
Our resources are pretty exemplary, and I think that we use them in some very, very creative ways, and all that translates into a community where we're a lot safer for it.
Law Street attributes the city's public safety success to a variety of community programs, including Neighborhood Crime Watch and Crime Stoppers, adding, "It is primarily the community-oriented population that helps keep the city of Garland safe for its residents." While 24-hour police patrols continue to be the safety backbone for Garland, the community-based efforts of the Neighborhood Police Officer Program provide an added protective element.
Number one in most citizens' mind is the fact that we have the Neighborhood Police Officer Program, because that's one that they identify most closely with. We're one of the few communities that has school resource officers. It's actually a model that we've had in place for a quarter of a century. Now other people are copying it.
To allow for year-to-year and city-to-city comparisons, the website's crime team used the FBI's 4 major violent crime categories to create a standard measure of violent crimes per 100,000 residents. Using this data, Garland ranked as the 9th safest city with over 200,000 residents.
Well, obviously we'll use it a lot to talk about the type of community we are. It's very incumbent upon companies or families that are trying to consider where they're going to move into the city when they move into the Metroplex. It makes a huge difference in the type of community they want to pick. I think it's great for our businesses to be able to project that degree of safety. I think it's great for the real estate community to be able to go out and say, listen, this is the type of community that Garland is.
Now, I want to mention a few great events coming up in the city of Garland. These delicate ground-level flowers signal the end of winter and the beginning of spring. They're called trout lilies, and they're among the first plants to flower each season. Wear a comfy pair of shoes and join us on Saturday, February 22nd for the annual Trout Lily Tour at the Spring Creek Forest Preserve. Tours start promptly at 10 a.m. and 1 p.m.
Folks, it's not a matter of if, it's going to be a matter of when we have far more significant tornadoes.
And with spring comes storm season. Learn how to help keep your family and community safe by providing timely, accurate reports to the National Weather Service as a storm spotter. Join National Weather Service and Fox 4 meteorologists for this year's Skywarn Severe Storms program. Anybody is welcome to attend, whether or not you want to become a storm spotter. This year's training will be held at the Granville Arts Center on Saturday, February 15th, beginning at 8 a.m. To find out more about these and other events in our city, visit our website at garlandtx.gov. And finally, it's a theatrical program here in Garland created for special needs adults. Celebrating their 10th anniversary performance at the Granville Arts Center, Dramapalooza gives these aspiring actors their time in the spotlight.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out today. We are so excited to have our 10th anniversary musical. I'm Laura Stewart, and I'm going to introduce the cast to you in just a second, but first we just want to say a few things.
When I was in high school, I had the thought that it would be really cool to teach drama to special needs people, but I really had no idea what that would entail. And then in '97, someone from the city called me, and I'm not sure how they got my number, but they said, would you want to teach a camp in the summer for drama and theater? And I thought, yeah, this is a cool opportunity, and I'll get my students to come help me and be my volunteers. So I started with that, and I've loved it. And Nicholas Smith, who's in the show and plays the Knight of Cards, or Sir Nicholas, he was in my class when I taught theater. I used to teach theater at Naaman Forest, and now I teach speech and debate at Garland, but he was in my class for 5 years, because special needs adults can be in high school longer. And I just fell in love with him, and he would be in the class projects and the shows, and although he's nonverbal and he's in a wheelchair, he would just love it. He would be so happy on stage and just being surrounded by the singing and dancing and just being a part of it. And I just fell in love with him. I just think he's one of the most special people I've ever met, and we got to know each other on a personal level. I would go to his house and visit him after he graduated, and I just really wanted to continue that relationship. And I thought, what better way than with the musical theater program? They love being around their friends. They love performing. They love singing. They love being in the spotlight. And clearly Sarah Shubsta, who was the Queen of Hearts, loves to be the center of attention. She's our drama queen. She's a star, absolute star. And I think all of them are. I think all of them they enjoy, this is their time to shine. And their parents come, and their friends, and their family, and they get to be funny, and they get to have the limelight. And I think like any person, I think like any student, they just want to be the center of attention and be the star for just an hour or so. And I think they love it for that reason.
What a great group. They certainly shine up on that stage. And with that great performance, we wrap up another episode of Garland Spotlight. Join us again next time for another inspiring and informative view of our city. In the meantime, go like us on Facebook and Twitter for the latest on what's going on in Garland. I'm Trelana Pollard, and I'll see you next time.